Ahoy sailors, and welcome back to the NXT Back to the Future podcast. My name is David Simmons, and I am joined as ever by a man who has been screwed over by an Indian harder than Drew McIntyre on recent episodes of Monday Night Raw. It's Mr. Adam Howells.
Did you just come up with that now after that story?
I did. There is a story behind this, isn't there?
Oh, you're a sod.
You're a sod.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, what's happened, Adam?
Ordered a takeaway last night. Mine didn't turn up. Everyone else has turned up, but I was still waiting for my...
And your brother went to go and get it, and he didn't check in the box. Rookie mistake.
No, it's not, because who checks in the box? Especially if you've read the order twice and then checked it off with them that everything's there. I did get some apology onion bargies out of it all. So, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world.
And how were they?
They were nice.
Well, name and shame them. Who was it?
I actually can't remember. I'll tell you what, Sam put it on Twitter.
There you go. Sam, tweet us.
It was nice, though, when it arrived.
Good. I'm glad. A bit cold, yeah.
For God's sake. But yeah, how's your week been?
My week's been okay. Yeah, kind of, been nice to just get going to the gym again. My neck's a bit sore today, but, it is what it is, I suppose.
We can't have it all, can we?
Can't have it all. But at least your lovely girlfriend is not only making you dinner tonight, she's making me dinner.
Bet you're chuffed about that.
Oh, I'm proper chuffed about that. I love a good roast.
That'd be nice.
She messaged me earlier. She texted me. I'm getting a chicken. I'm making a roast. Do you want to come round? I was like, alright.
Free dinner.
Just nodding my head happily. Alright. Let's get ready to go. So, yep, son, don't worry. We'll be back round after this. So, saying that, Adam, we better move on. It's episode 77, and it's December the 4th, 2013. We're at Full Sail University, and we've got lots to talk about today. So we begin with a WWE.com exclusive. Cesaro tells Regal not to stick his nose in his business, as it won't end well. Kruger thanks him for assaulting him weeks ago, and says that he needed to go to the place that Cesaro took him. He offers a proposition, and says that he could be a real American, as he has a match with Sami Zayn tonight. Cesaro says he has an idea. He will talk to Zeb Coulter about becoming a real American, and he whispers a plan to him, and Kruger smiles. Kruger v Zayn again.
Yeah, pretty much.
We've seen it so many times.
I know.
Every week. Do you know what? This is where, now, I feel like this brand has gotten to a point where it does need to sign more people.
Yeah.
Because now, no one's debuted in ages.
Apart from Mojo.
Yeah, but how bad's that?
Yeah.
But, no one's debuted in ages. All the matches are the same. It's like watching current Monday Night Raw. So it's just one of those. But hopefully we get some people coming in, in a steady stream now, because we need some fresh matchups. And as well, it'll alleviate some of the pressure on people that probably have run their course in NXT. I feel like Kruger's ran his course in NXT. He's been here long enough. Bo's getting to the point where he's, probably going to move on. So you need 3 or 4 people in maybe to take the mantle of those people. Paige is probably, you know, and I'll elaborate more to that in a moment. But Paige is definitely someone who's looking like she's going to move on soon. She looks like she's really treading water. And that's a bit of a shitter, I suppose. Yeah,
she's got a bit of an excuse for it, but I think we'll go through that in a second.
Yeah, of course. So, opening us up on episode 1 is Paige versus Natalya. The crowd is hot with NXT chants as Natalya gets a shot at the NXT Women's title. We've got Saxton, Riley and Renee on the booth. And as Natalya makes her way to the ring, I don't know if you saw this, Adam, or not. You're not looking at me like I'm insane. But did you notice the fucking weirdo on the front row who practically gropes her?
Yes, I did.
Oh, it's disgusting.
This is why
fucking gross.
Contact on wrestlers has now been banned at these.
It's fucking gross.
Natalya looks so uncomfortable.
She looks so upset by it. Properly smarmy, disgusting behaviour. Fucking gross.
Why? Also, as the camera pans in, there's people holding up signs. There's one bloke who's obviously written something on the back of the poster, so you can see it, but it's not dark enough, so you can't read it. So he's just holding this blank, looking sheet of paper.
There's also a guy with a "Fire this person" sign who holds it up at appropriate times tonight.
Yes, I think it's aimed at a Mr. Dallas.
Yes, it's also aimed at someone else in the second episode, but more to that when we get to it.
Okay.
Paige smirks her way down to the ring. They begin doing some nice chain wrestling early, and it's an interesting chance for Paige to get in the ring with someone vastly more experienced.
It's what she needs. It's what they need at this point. There's just not enough women's wrestlers.
There's not enough experience.
Yeah.
There's not enough experience. You look at, like, Natalya is definitely going to need to come down now on a regular basis because Charlotte is atrocious. Paige is looking like she's going to leave, and Emma is an semi-experienced wrestler, but outside of that, Sasha's very inexperienced, Summer's very inexperienced, Charlotte's very inexperienced, Bayley's inexperienced at this point. I mean, they do have, you know, out of all of them, Bayley's probably the most experienced, and she's had work for Shimmer, but I mean, is what it is.
It's not enough really to carry a promotion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And carry a division.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
need more than that.
For sure. It's also worth bearing in mind that Paige is actually no older than 21 here. And it's very important to bear that in mind as both women impressively go back and forth. Enjoyable match with good pacing. Paige really stands out in the ring with someone with as much experience as Natalya, who is at this point 11 years older than Paige. I say at this point, she's still 11 years older than Paige now.
Yeah, I don't think that's changed.
Back from commercial, Paige is smashing Natalya with kicks and works a chin lock to ground her. Paige's style works really well, I don't know if you agree with this, with someone who can actually sell it properly.
She just looks a lot more polished and everything looks very fluid while she's wrestling with Natalya. They both but yeah, I'm fluffing on my lines here. They both show great strength in. There's a spot they do where they're both sort of on their backs, and then they have to almost use their core strength to get up. Yeah,
you're doing the bridge up. Yeah, that's a really hard spot to do as well.
Incredibly hard spot for both of them to do that.
Should we try it now? Get on the floor.
No. My back hurts today, and so does yours. I don't think it's gonna do anything for either of us. But yeah, it's just, you know, all the little things that she does, like the abdominal stretches, all look spot on. Yeah. All the knees, you know, to the gut. The pace is on point at this, you know, during this match as well.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know about you, but you know, the grittiness and the toughness shown here is quite eye-catching. And in my opinion, it's the first women's match we've had on the podcast since Paige and Emma, the great Paige and Emma match that hasn't actually lost the crowd at any point.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, this really held the crowd with the attention well. Both women collide in the middle of the ring and are down as Paige makes her way up to her feet first, but Natalya takes control with a slap and then hits a modified Emerald Flosion for a 2. Beautiful move. Paige chants as she levels Natalya with a kick, but she roars back with a spinning clothesline for a 2. Very nice discus lariat there. The only thing I don't like about her sort of spinning clothesline is the fact that she, like, Natalya sort of puts her arm on and then she falls down, so like she doesn't actually clothesline them, she sort of just drags them down with her arm.
See, for me, I didn't know whether that was like a spinning lariat. Do you know, a little bit like what
JBL throws a lariat, mate.
Yeah.
Stan Hansen throws a lariat.
I obviously don't know the difference between a clothesline and a lariat.
Lariat's stiff as fuck, basically.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I always thought, you know, when they started making custom TV shows for the WWE network?
Yeah.
I always had an idea.
I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah, because JBL, whenever JBL was on commentary, he always used to go, "What a freaking clothesline!" if there was a good clothesline thrown. Because he loves a clothesline, JBL.
Yeah.
His finisher is the clothesline from hell.
Well, there we are.
So what I thought they could do as a WWE network original show is do What a Freaking Clothesline, the JBL Backyard Clothesline Tour. So we'd go to people's back gardens and he'd review their clotheslines. How amazing would that be? That would be so good.
I think the British equivalent is washing line, but clothesline. I don't know why you didn't pitch it.
I tried, believe me, they wouldn't have it.
Would they not answer your emails?
Sadness, mate, with great sadness. Sharpshooter is locked in, and Paige is in deep trouble as she screams for the ropes but is dragged away by Natalya. Paige crawls again, fighting to save a historic championship reign as she tips Natalya headfirst into the turnbuckle to break the hold. They question on commentary how much has been taken out of Paige, as she was in the sharpshooter for a long time, before Paige randomly out of nowhere hits the Paige turner for a huge 3 count. In my opinion, this was a really good performance by both women. Paige was fantastic, but Natalya really took us to the next level. And I don't know about you, but it definitely felt like an audition for Raw or SmackDown with a match like that, and that was a pass with flying colours and a huge win.
Yeah, I really rate this match. Really great start to the 2 episodes.
Yeah, really
from a ever improving Paige and someone who is well established on the roster and always should be probably the standard for someone to come up.
Yeah, I mean now I think Natalya's 39, and she's still going strong. Probably, So I kind of feel like, yeah, absolutely. She's got so much experience at this point. She's really good for all of the women to get in the ring with. And it's really nice as well because at the end, Natty and Paige hug in the middle of the ring. As Natty raises Paige's hand, but she can't resist her. Yeah, baby!
Oh, for God's sake.
As she does so. But at least it wasn't "Hey, you guys." So.
Yeah, at least it wasn't that.
And that's not the last we'll be seeing of Natalya because we'll be watching Total Divas! Woo!
To the 15 people who voted yes to this, sod off.
Adam is so unhappy and I
so
love
grumpy.
it.
I don't really want to watch this at all.
I didn't realise there's like 14 episodes. What a labour of love this is going to be for you guys.
I really wish I said more than 15.
Yeah, we'll probably watch 3 at a time.
Yeah, we'll have to breeze through these as quickly as we can.
Well, there's not going to be much to talk about really. It would just be having a laugh, to be honest. Backstage, Lana is speaking Russian. Tyler Breeze walks up and, I don't know, he tries to communicate with Rusev, but it doesn't go too well.
No.
However, Breeze does call Kassius Ohno a total uggo, but then he says he's also a bit of a fatty, which is slightly out of order.
Oh, mean.
He's also not slightly bit of a fatty here.
No, he's not. Not at all.
So that was a bit confusing. Nothing much happens, but we do establish they do have a mutual disliking of Kassius Ohno. Rusev looks angry.
It's fair to say, I think this puts Rusev over as just a serious guy. He's just stood there looking pissed, not saying anything, and the fact that Lana is just speaking for him puts him over as this killer.
She's dressed horribly again.
Oh, yeah. Again.
Bo Dallas defends tonight against Adrian Neville in a huge main event.
Are you surprised by that?
What?
About the main event?
Yeah, I think I was. Do you know what? I watched it last night randomly at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And then got to the point, I don't know which point it got to a point where I think I'd watched I think it was Hunico and Camacho came on. I was like, can't be arsed. I've got to go to bed.
I'll tell you what, I get like that sometimes where I'll watch quite a long session in a row just to get the notes in. I'll get to certain people who come up, it's like, Bo Dallas is coming on. Right, bedtime. Got this.
I know, seriously. Adam, now you can insert the Mojo promo here. In the words of the Powerpuff Girls, Mojo Jojo.
I was thinking that, genuinely.
Welcome, my guest of this time, Mojo Rawley. Thank you for having me, sir. Mojo, you've been in NXT for a couple of months now. Are you still as hyped as when you first came in? I don't get hyped. I stay hyped. And you know what? I'm more motivated now than I ever have been. Now that I've had a couple of matches, and now that I've seen what NXT has to offer, I've been working harder than I ever have to one day become NXT champion. Because I know from there it's only a matter of time before I'm on Raw and SmackDown. And then the sky's the limit.
And I am the man that will make all your dreams come true.
Yeah.
Mojo Rawley, je m'appelle Sylvester Lefort. And I can take you to the top and make you make lots and lots of money.
A lot of it. A lot, trust me.
Yeah, I know who you are, sir.
Duh.
You
Big
know,
surprise.
Yeah, you're the guy that's been stiffing Mr. Dawson every week on his paychecks. And you know what? I've seen agents like you in my football career, and I can tell you're not helping his career.
What?
You're hurting it.
Hey, whoa. You ain't gonna talk to us like that, okay? Frenchie over here has been looking out for me.
Oh, yes, oui.
Even though every once in a while the checks ain't signed and, they come late once in a while.
Scott,
But,
I told you. They're all in the mail. It is just that the gouvernement has been shut off for a while. But they're coming, trust me, I told you.
you know what? You're right. They're waiting for me in the bill box. Hey, yeah, I know they are. But, I was thinking, I got a great idea.
Really?
Let's make some money. All of us. Next week, caffeine high, me and you. What you think about that, huh? Let me hear it. Give it to me. Come on.
What do I think about that?
Yeah.
I stay hyped.
Stay hyped.
Yes, I don't know. Is that French? I don't know. But does that just fit all over you, too? It's so disgusting.
This is a fun little promo. Mojo and Dawson managed to set up a match. I don't know if you noticed as well, Mojo does this really weird thing where he cuts the promo and then, like, whilst he's cutting half of the promo, he's talking into the camera, like, to break the fourth wall.
I haven't noticed that. I'll have to watch out for it.
He only does it in this promo, and it's really weird because he's talking to Scott Dawson, like, looking him eye on, and then he goes, like, yeah, I've seen people with managers and all they want to do is like screw the people over, and then he talks like into the camera when he says it, ignoring Scott Dawson. It's so weird. I don't know why he does it.
There's no need for it, really, is there?
Mate, honestly, it's so weird.
It's just a weird promo.
The following contest is set for one fall. Already in the ring.
Spotlight, please. Yes, I'm what they call an artist. At NXT, the only one. Aren't you glad that I am here for you? So you've never seen an artist? Well, aren't you glad it's what I do? I am here to perform for all of you. When you wish for a star who can truly bring the magic, don't you think that it is tragic when they don't? Bring you a true performer, one you want to see. A true performer right here in
Not usually a fan of men that wear sunglasses inside, but he has changed my opinion.
I was just gonna say, of everything going on right now.
Heavens above, he's finally got an entrance!
Thank God.
This gimmick is over, and I'm not surprised at all. It's brilliant stuff here, Adam. Give me your thoughts, you handsome bastard.
I love the fact that he sort of cuts off the ring announcer before she can announce the opponent's name.
I know, I was thinking...
I am more important. Spotlight, please!
I was thinking, debut Claxon? No one's debuting with this man around.
No.
Absolutely awesome.
He's got his Aiden English gear this week. And it's also got the Drama King, is it, written on his ring gear as well?
Drama King on the batty. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. I'm not a fan of people who wear sunglasses inside, but he's changed my mind, says Alex Riley. That's a brilliant line.
That is good. I like that.
So, yeah, as you said, he's facing someone with no name as his entrance is cut off. A quick match as he wins after hitting the director's cut, and we get an encore. Alex Riley applauds before it's even finished. The roses are in, and I actually forgot how good this was. How do they not get this on TV so frequently?
I don't know, because they've cut at least 2 or 3 of these.
Yeah.
Feature it every week. Well, every other week if they're going to go that way. But, feature it every other week.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I don't understand.
It's popular.
Cesaro's music cuts off Aiden English as he goes to leave, and Cesaro gracefully lets him go.
Continues. Whoa. What the world?
Okay.
What an honor to share the stage with the artist.
Please. I came out here this week to apologize personally to Byron Saxton. Byron, last week I lost my temper, I lost my cool, and I would like you to come here on stage so I can apologize to you in person. Give him a hand, please. Come on, Byron. Byron, come on. I came in peace. Come on, Byron, you know I can't be trusted. You and me go far back. Byron, I'm truly sorry for last week. I thought you would know better. Do not touch the flag. You didn't. I lost my temper. I wanted to apologize to you. I even apologized to him in 5 different languages. Entschuldigung. Excusez-moi. Es tut mir sehr leid. Scusi. I am sorry. Please accept my apology.
Thank you.
No, that's not all. Byron, as a sign of my goodwill, I'll let you stand here right with me and raise your hand. Put your hand over your heart. Come on, do it with me, right? All right. This is a sign of my goodwill, Byron. Come on. Put your hand over your heart. It's easy. Come on, do it with me. Put your hand over your heart. Come on. I apologize to you. This is a sign of my goodwill, Byron. Put your hand over your heart and say in a loud and clear voice with me, "We the people." Come on, Byron.
We the people.
Is this funny to you? Is this some kind of a joke? I come out here and apologize to you, and you make fun of me? Is that funny to you?
Do you think I'm joking? Do you think I'm joking? Do you think I'm funny? No! 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 Where's Regal? I don't know! No!
Cesaro apologises to Byron as he calls him up on stage. He tells him to be a man and come forward, which Byron reluctantly gets up and goes to meet Cesaro on the stage. He extends his hand as Byron softly shakes it. Cesaro says he's truly sorry for last week and he apologises to him in all 5 languages that he speaks. Byron looks unhappy but says thank you, and says that's not all. Cesaro will let him put his hand over his heart and do "We the People" as a sign of goodwill.
We the people!
Absolutely. Byron isn't overly enthused with that.
He doesn't seem to be very happy about doing the "We the people."
No.
Do you know what he needs? He needs a "We the People" shirt, because that will teach him where to place his hand.
Absolutely.
And he can get it right 100% of the time, and I think Cesaro would like that.
They released those shirts as well.
I
Amazing.
know,
Incredible
I've
stuff.
seen.
Cesaro loses his rag again as he threatens Byron physically as he tries to summon Regal. He says he's useless and slaps him across the face, leaving Byron face down on the stage. This is definitely going further, isn't it?
Yeah,
100%. This is going further.
We are going to get Regal versus Cesaro at some point.
If we don't, whoever's fault it is in deep trouble with me.
Yeah.
Sami reacts to his loss last week in a WWE.com exclusive. He says, "I suppose the better man won. It's hard to come so close and come up short, but if it's going to be anyone, it may as well be Neville. Whoever it is, he's coming as he gets attacked by Kruger. Please, God, no." No! Thomas joined the desk as Tyson Kidd returns. Huge welcome back chants as they show his last appearance.
Do you know what I hate about this little segment? Like, Alex Riley says to Tom, like, as Tom sort of introduces this next match, like, "Where were you 10 minutes ago? You weren't here to have them Byron." It's like, you're a fucking wrestler! You're sat there! You watched it! What are you doing?
Byron Saxton's a bloody wrestler.
Was he on the original NXT?
He was.
Fuck hell, we are going to have to go back and watch this at
He
some
was.
point.
Byron was there.
We've got a lot to watch at this point. But nevertheless, Alex Riley, fucking shame on you.
Shame on you.
You weasel.
Do you know what's worse? Next episode is the 200th episode of NXT. And to put it in perspective, we've only watched 78. So if we actually go back and watch those original few seasons, there's 122 of those.
How did they make 122?
Which is nearly double of what we've watched.
How?
Although there's one season where CM Punk's injured, so he does commentary, and it's like the women only one, and he sits on commentary with Michael Cole and just badmouths all the women.
I need to watch you for that.
It's absolutely hysterical. It's like literally like, I can't remember who he's on commentary. He's on commentary with someone shit, and they go like, "Oh, nice lucha libre by AJ," and he's like, "It's an arm drag. American people do arm drags. It's not lucha libre." It's like really funny. He just absolutely like takes the piss out of
Banters everyone off.
It's brilliant. I can't remember who. I think it might be Byron, and Byron's like, at the end of one episode, it's like, "Hey, I got you a signed picture because I know you're a massive fan of me." And he goes, "Hey, great," whoosh, rips it in half, and he's like, "Anyway, let's just go off air." It's very good. It's quite funny.
We may have to watch some of them.
Oh yes,
we may have to put it to a vote and set the limit at like a bit higher than 15.
Yeah, 500 maybe.
Maybe.
So, yes, he's the returning Tyson Kidd is immediately going to face Leo Kruger. So yeah, Kidd's back with a bang. He looks awesome as he works over Kruger with strikes, and he's even compared to a young Eddie Guerrero by Alex Riley.
Strike number 2 from Alex Riley.
Eddie Guerrero. And he compares it to Eddie Guerrero because he says he's got long hair.
And long trunks as well.
No, mate, no. Eddie Guerrero had a mullet. It's business up front, party down back. Tyson Kidd has party up front, business up back. It's not the same thing.
It's just shit, isn't it? Like, what is Alex Riley doing at this point?
Eddie Guerrero!
I know. I don't mind people making...
Tyson Kidd is great, but Eddie Guerrero is greatest of all time level.
Yeah. I don't mind comparisons being made, like, you know, this guy wrestles in the style of such and such. That's fine. Do that. But
comparing him because he's got moderately long hair.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, they always use it with Sasha Banks because she uses moves that Eddie used, and that's absolutely fine because they say
even though it's a bit much, even when she does
it is a bit, but they say like she's doing this move because she loves Eddie Guerrero. So that's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
To saying that this guy is like someone, it's just terrible.
Eddie Guerrero of all the fucking things.
How much longer do we have Alex on commentary, by the way?
Quite a while longer, I feel like.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like. He does come back and go in the ring, though, and he develops this new gimmick. It's fucking lame.
I can't wait to see that. Don't tell me what it is.
It's so lame. It's the fucking worst thing ever. Kruger takes the advantage by hitting a move to the knee, and now Kidd is on the back foot as he tries to protect his damaged wheel. Kruger locks in the sharpshooter to add insult to injury as Zayn runs down to ringside. Kruger drops a submission and slowly moves towards Zayn, but a pinning combination from behind for a quick 3 by Kidd as Zayn laughs on the ramp. Zayn versus Kruger seems to be the idea going forward then.
Yeah, that's definitely what they're going to push. I am not a massive fan of Tyson's trousers. I don't like this look at all.
Yeah.
He was such a bright spark in the early months of what we've watched.
He was.
Any time he was on TV or had a match, he was brilliant. And it was fantastic. Even that amazing segment they had with The Ascension when him and Justin Gabriel are talking and then The Ascension just appear in a fucking random window.
Oh.
That was fucking fun.
Where Kidd and Thingy are wearing matching outfits.
Yeah, they are. They're wearing matching tracksuits or something like that.
Fucking goons.
Oh my god.
That's the worst.
They also, Natalya isn't here, but they mention that she trained in the Hart family dungeon and is married to Tyson Kidd about 15 times.
Yeah.
During this match.
Yeah, it goes on a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of good news, NXT Championship match next, as we're going to see Zayn versus Kruger next week. Woo-hoo! Adam is actually yawning.
Yeah.
Hunico and Camacho, WWE.com exclusive. Hey yo, we come from the Barrios Hobbs, and next week we're going to take what we want, essay.
That wasn't terrible.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically, to translate that for you, they come from the rough area, and next week they are going to take what they want.
Well translated.
And then essay is like a written article.
Okay. I don't know any of that.
Essay is like, Olale Holmes, Olale Vato, friend, pal, buddy.
Friend, pal, buddy.
Geezer.
They ain't taking anything, let's be honest. Literally.
Gonna take these hands, boy.
That's pretty much it. The only reason they had like a surprise win is just to set something up with the Ascension.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah, that is it.
And everyone can see it as well. It's not like we're going to have... If we see a team come up that has a legitimate chance, we'll discuss it, because genuinely...
These two are going to get smashed to bits.
Genuinely, I don't know what happens up until a certain point anyway, and when titles are traded and stuff.
Oh,
but this is
how
so blatantly
exciting!
obvious that these two are just going to get battered.
See, last week you didn't know what was going to happen in the main event either. You were a bit confused if Neville was going to win the title, weren't you?
Yeah. Let's go and talk about that now.
Here we go. Both men come out alarmingly quickly and get very quick intros. Don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah.
Felt like they must have been running low on time, because we get straight into it whilst Renee says that she is a bow lever. Great.
Alex Riley says he can't understand the nickname, the man that gravity forgot. And Renee says, well, he flies high and hangs 10. He's like, yeah, but he comes back down. Like, he's the man that gravity forgot briefly, then comes back down.
Fucking hell.
What is he nitpicking? Has he
Fucking
got one on him
hell.
today? What is fucking wrong with him?
There's a lot wrong with him. Have you seen him recently?
No, I haven't.
There's definitely a lot wrong with him. He's fucking clearly mental. Yeah, he's like the Ryback level's weird.
People still hate the local lad, Bo Dallas.
It's a shame.
I know. He lives a mere 80 miles away.
Yeah, fucking 2 hours drive, mate.
Exactly.
Action is fine early on as Dallas stays on top of Neville. The obvious chemistry that these two have is on show in this match, where they do a good job of keeping the crowd engaged as Bo comically climbs the ropes and misses a knee drop. And not only misses a knee drop, misses it by an absolute mile to let Neville get back into it.
Yeah.
Neville works away with kicks, flying forearms. A kick and a running basement drop kick to the head. Fosbury flop as Bo is nowhere near him, but Neville is too clever to get hurt. That was nearly horrible spill.
Yeah.
Bo is literally nowhere near him.
No. I did see that and I think this is fucking dangerous.
Yeah, it was like I don't know if you watched Dynamite this week, but the Stu Grayson bump where I
haven't seen it this
week.
He
literally does like... Yeah, he basically does like a spinning acai moonsault, and literally they've got 5 people on the outside and none of them catch him, and he just goes off the floor and his head absolutely annihilates the his head annihilates the mate, it's disgusting. I was just like, there's 5 people, how can you not catch him?
Yeah, especially when there's that many.
And it's like Omega. It's
there's
like
a
the
degree
elite.
of trust.
It's the Young Bucks, Omega, Gallows and Anderson, and they all miss him. I'm like,
it's not like they've got the excuse that they're inexperienced guys.
Exactly.
There's no excuse at all.
Just get close together and catch the poor bastards.
Fucking hell. There's a massive degree of trust when it comes to those sort of spots.
It is horrible. It's a 2 as Bo kicks out after being rolled back into the ring. Suplex and a red arrow attempt, but Bo rolls out of the ring to safety. Neville dives to the outside onto Bo with a gigantic crossbody as Neville holds his ribs. I'm not surprised, it looked a sore one.
Yeah, he would definitely be sore after that.
They discuss the momentum swinging in the match as both men are down, and Neville dives into the ring, but Bo decides better of it and lets Neville win via countout. However, Bo retains the title. I think, Adam, you can correct me here if I'm wrong, that might be the first false finish that we've seen in a big match on this podcast.
I think so.
I don't...
In title matches especially.
Yeah, everything's been pretty clean up until this point.
Yeah.
This is the first time that someone's actually, weaseled their way out of a finish.
Are we not counting Sami versus Bo Dallas? With the whole leg on the rope thing?
Yeah, you can do, but... I mean, this
no,
is,
actually, no.
This is like a...
I don't think that's going to count.
Yeah, like this is like a proper count-out finish.
Yeah.
Where, no... Yeah. So, the crowd does chant bullshit. But yeah, do you think this is okay, or do you think matches like this need a definitive result?
They always need definitive results. Title matches do.
Agreed.
And I don't think it's going to hurt Neville long term as long as they actually put the title on him sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be hit his momentum just a little bit. And it always had that feel going into this match because of the length of it, because of the way the crowd were.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like something was going to happen.
No,
because sometimes you get a feeling in these sort of matches.
These moments, when people's time is here. It's the same as Sami Zayn. There's something longer term going on with Sami because his booking the last few weeks has just been very weird.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, something's going to happen there. But yeah, we go off the air after a fun episode with lots of positives. I really like the promo interaction between some of the less established characters on this show.
It's nice just to have a bit of variety, isn't it?
It is. It's the spice of life for a reason.
You just don't want to keep seeing the same people over and over and over again.
Exactly. Some people say, Adam, that life is like a box of chocolates. And the problem is, when there's only Bo Dallas flavoured chocolates, you
don't really want any more chocolate.
You start becoming vegetarian. So, that's the problem.
I liked that one. That was pretty good.
Yeah, see?
There we go.
I'm clever. Episode 78. It's December the 11th, 2013, and we are at Full Sail University. Camacho and Unico start us off, facing the Ascension for the tag titles. This should no doubt be terrible. I wish I was more tired so I could go to sleep. I've written in my notes.
Yeah.
And after this match, I do actually get more tired because it's so boring.
Yeah, it's not great. What we do have is we have Tom Phillips, Alex Riley, and William Regal on the desk, who proceeds to bury both Tom and Alex immediately.
He's not happy, is he?
No, he's sat there and he's just like, I've got Tom stating the obvious on one side and Alex burying himself the other side. It's going to be a great night, this.
Bless him. It is a fiery start, though, as Unico and Victor start the match off at a good pace. Lovely spot where Unico spins out of a tilt-a-whirl attempt and receives a running knee for his troubles. Back from commercial, Connor's got a chin lock on.
Woohoo! It's Chinlock week at the PC.
Yeah, Randy Orton's come a special guest coach. Then there was like 4 minutes of chin locks.
Yeah.
Camacho tags in and actually brings some life into this match after Connor removed it all. And I must say, fair play to Camacho because this was awful.
Yeah, he picked up the pace massively in this match.
It's hard to believe that Camacho's your person who's doing that.
It's weird because also at this point we still have the commentary team having a nightmare and a meltdown because at this point Tom has decided, fuck this, I'm going to have a go at Regal as well.
Oh
no, it's like, after a few jobs at each other, Regal says that Alex is speaking a load of cobblers. Alex says he can't understand him, and Tom asks if he can speak English, please. Not English, American English.
Yeah. Which isn't English, you muppet.
It's so bad, Tom. Why have you lowered yourself to that?
You loser.
I'm on Regal's side. Fuck them both.
Yeah. Unico clears Victor from the ring as Connor hits a full Nelson slam on Camacho, who tries to get to his partner, but Victor removes him from the apron. Connor hits a flapjack, fall of man, and it's over. The Ascension retain. It was fine if you were clever enough to fast forward all the chin locks like me.
Yeah, I've just got... There's a lot of submissions. This is honestly wank. I quite liked that the spot where Hunico picks up Victor like he's absolutely nothing and slams him down. Because obviously, Victor's he's not the same size as Connor, but he's still like a decent sized lad. Any of those sort of strength spots,
yeah,
where it looks effortless, I'm quite a fan of. But yeah, apart from that, there wasn't a massive amount to like about this.
No, I was glad that I managed to fast forward all of the chin locks.
You did well.
And I still hated it.
Yeah, you did well.
Next, Lana trots out on stage, and she sounds like she's doing a really bad Borat impression. You mean yeah? She goes out. My neighbor Naomi, she have clock radio, but I've got DVD player. She cannot afford. It's great. It's fucking awful. What is she doing? It's
You're
ridiculous.
a man of many impressions, aren't you, Dave?
I am.
You love an impression.
I am. That's why I don't know how to be myself. It's just bad. It's just bad.
Yeah.
That accent is fucking terrible. Did you know Lana legitimately grew up in Russia?
Did she?
Yeah, she actually did. Yeah.
She legitimately grew up in Russia. Struggles with a Russian accent.
Yeah, she legitimately grew up in Russia. So, yeah, there you go. Unbelievable, I know. Rusev comes out and he's a very, very, very large man. He's facing Kassius Ohno. Someone holds up a massive fire this person sign as the crowd all chant no. So, they want Rusev gone.
They want Rusev gone?
There you go, they want Rusev gone.
Really?
Vicious by Rusev, who holds Ohno against the top rope and nails him in the midsection with knee after knee after knee before a modified fall-away slam into a Samoan drop. Beautiful move.
Great spot.
Oh my god, the power on that, because Ohno's not a small guy.
No, he's definitely
He
not.
just flings him over his head and then Samoan drops the living shit out of him. It's awesome.
The fact he carries him round the ring while kneeing him in the side as well.
Well, actually, you say that. He's actually holding the ropes and he's got his legs between his arms. So actually, he balances him on the rope so he doesn't actually carry him.
No, but he actually carries him round the ring as well.
Oh, yeah, initially, yeah.
Initially.
Yeah. He is bloody huge.
Exactly. He's still a weighty guy to be picking up and shifting around like that.
I bet Ohno's a good 240, 250.
Yeah.
So, Ohno tries to fight back with a basement dropkick, but the Accolade is locked in. Fucking hubble! Lana finally stops him from locking it in after it goes on uncomfortably long after the bell. And there it is. Kassius Ohno is written off TV. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Cassius. I can understand why people are holding up signs of fire this person for Rusev, though. Because he sent away our greatest product from
king.
NXT.
The king.
The king.
The king, the Welsh wizard.
The Welsh wizard. Mason Ryan. Yep.
That was like, have you ever seen that promo where Jericho and Owens are on a massive go at each other and they're like, I'll tell you whose fault it is, I'll tell you whose fault it is, and they look at each other and they both go, Roman Reigns, and everyone goes, yeah. That was a wicked promo, that is.
I think they had they did a thing on NXT like suggest a tag team past and present.
Yes, I remember it.
I put up there it should definitely be Mason Ryan and what's her name? Have a mixed tag team. I forgot what her name is. It's really nice. She just come back. Tegan Knox.
Mason Ryan and Tegan Knox. What a team that'd be.
As the Welsh Wizards. Let's go for it.
That'd be great.
2.0. Was there already a tag team called the Welsh Wizards?
Don't know.
I think there was actually. No, it was Adrian Street and
maybe
some. I can't remember the other guy we were looking into, but he was part of the Welsh Wizards. So Welsh Wizards 2.0. Let's go. Make it happen, people.
Hey, ho, let's go. Backstage, Natty is walking and Bayley stops her and says that she's nervous about tonight. Natty says, don't be nervous. I've got you back and I'm your friend. Well, Bayley is ecstatic at the use of friend.
She's like, friend.
Say what you want about Natty, and I definitely do, but she is a real sweetheart.
She's great in this segment.
She's very, very popular amongst all of the current active talent.
Yeah, she also puts Bayley across really well as well.
Yeah.
It's a really wholesome segment.
Her and Tyson Kidd are a really nice couple. A lot of time for Tyson Kidd as well. He's a really nice bloke. On their off days, they actually train. Like, they let, Liv Morgan and all of those sort of people into their ring, and Tyson Kidd trains them all. Because Tyson Kidd works for the women, doesn't he? He's like a producer for the women's matches.
Yeah.
And on his off days, he will get in the ring with the women, and he'll wrestle with the women to train them.
Oh, okay.
Which is no surprise, because Tyson Kidd, number one, is awesome. And number two, it's no surprise people like Liv Morgan have improved so much because they get to wrestle Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
Who's great.
Exactly.
So, not surprised.
They need to keep doing that.
They cut back to a replay of last week in the arena, where Cesaro tries to get Regal out by threatening Byron. Regal looks into the camera, saying, if Antonio Cesaro has a problem with me, there's no need to take it out on Byron Saxton. With a cold look in his eyes. This is great.
Give me this match.
Oh, yeah.
This is shades of...
50 shades of...
Kassius Ohno and William Regal.
Now, I'll tell you what, if 50 Shades of Kassius Ohno and William Regal was in the cinema, I'd have gone to see it time after time.
I'm sure you would have.
Time after time. Oh, mate, I can't believe Ohno's gone.
Yeah, I can't believe it either. He shouldn't have gone.
Goodbye, my lover.
Goodbye, my friend.
You have been the one.
You have been the one for me.
Goodbye, my lover.
Goodbye, my friend.
So hello, baby. So hello. So hello.
I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to keep.
Keep all of it, you savage.
Yeah, I just can't understand it. It's perplexing to me because Cassius, great wrestler.
Great guy.
Every match he has on TV is wicked.
Helpful guy.
Helpful.
Yeah.
Experienced. It's what you need, especially if they're going to keep rotating this roster. And even if he's just in that position of wrestling a new guy and putting him over and picking up the occasional win just to keep him looking semi-strong. Like, what?
Right away, you absolutely man. You didn't even look at me.
I can't even blame you there.
Oh, you didn't even look at me.
Bastard.
Amazing.
Yeah. He's just a useful guy to have on the roster.
He is. He's a very good talent. Next, the BFFs are here, Summer and Sasha, as they make their way to the ring, but there's no Charlotte in sight. Although I felt like I was pretty sure she was going to screw up something later when she arrived. It's noted on commentary that Emma is out for an extended period of time with a head injury, noting that we shouldn't see her for a while, which is bullshit because she wrestles next episode.
Yeah, I think this is possibly from like a previous week.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Bayley starts strong, but ends up early on the back foot, and Sasha and Summer do quick tags to work over her. At last, Natalya tags in as she works over Sasha. Some really nice offense ends up in the sharpshooter, but Summer comes in the ring to split it up. As she hits her, Natalya's head goes first into the turnbuckles, and then Bayley tags in, knocking Summer off the apron, but Sasha manages to attack her from behind, hit a modified neckbreaker, and score the 3 count. On the way out, Summer yells at everyone.
The pace at the start of this was ridiculous.
It was.
For a tag team match anyway, but let alone for a women's tag team match.
It was.
Great start.
It was. It certainly
Great cohesion by Bayley and Natalya as well. Considering they've never wrestled on TV, on NXT anyway, before until this point.
That's what I mean. She's got good chemistry with everyone. Yeah. And it's interesting because actually we were just saying that, you know, a lot of these people are in a pretty tricky predicament, but they've all got good chemistry by the fact that this is probably the most consistent the roster will be in our time watching NXT, because sort of from 2014 onwards there will be an endless cycle of people coming in, staying for 6 months and leaving. So actually this is probably everyone that we see right now has actually been on this show for a year.
Yeah.
Which going forward, the majority of people won't be on this show for a year. There will be a big trend in people staying 6-9 months and then moving on. So it's interesting.
It is interesting, and it's going to be nice to see the journeys of these people. I think anyone who stays longer than, say, the 9 to 12 month sort of period,
yeah,
they're going to be questions why.
Yeah, for sure.
So if they're more likely, I think, to go out the door and move on up.
Moving on up, nothing can stop me. Did you see?
Very musical podcast, this one.
It is the sound of music. Did you see Kevin Owens' promo this week? He was live tweeting NXT, and he was backstage, and he was like, "Hey, I'm going to be live tweeting NXT." He was like, "I was only there for like X amount of months, but I still love NXT. It's great." And he went, "Aaliyah, come here!" And he pulls Aaliyah in, and he's like, "Aaliyah, you were in NXT?" And she went, "Yeah, I was there for 6 years." And he laughs and he goes, 6 years? That's way too long. And just pushes her out.
She has been there for fucking ages.
She literally debuted in like 2015, and she was there for like 6.5 years.
She moved up to the main roster now.
Do you know what? Yeah, just.
Yeah,
which means she's going to get released big time soon.
Yeah.
It's interesting, actually. I remember when she was hired, there was a big controversy around her because someone went on a Twitter account, and like when she was like 17 on that Twitter account, she started like bad-mouthing immigrants and being racist, and which is weird because she's like mixed heritage herself. She's definitely not like, you know, I'm pretty sure she must be mixed race. But
I don't know for a fact, but it's still,
mate,
still one of those things they have to be awfully careful of
when we get
social media.
Oh yes, if Zara Schreiber debuts, that's going to be a fun episode.
I don't want to ask. I'll
Say
wait.
no more.
Oh, we'll go down that
Mate,
route.
when we get to Breaking Ground, come here. Ooh, you little
Breaking
sausage.
Ground.
When we get to watching Breaking Ground, there's a brilliant segment where Aaliyah's like, "Hey, Mr. Regal, I'd love to show you my new entrance." She's Canadian. I don't know why she's speaking like that. And he's like, oh, "Go on then, dear. Go on then." And she literally does this like horrible like belly dance for entrance. She's on the top rope going woo like this, and Regal's just looking at her going, "It just doesn't work." It's hilarious. It's hilarious. So she literally is like trying to find this character, and it's just not happening for her. But it's very funny. But we've got all that good stuff to come. We've got Total Divas.
I imagine it's very difficult to find a character.
Oh yes, it must be. Total Divas, and then after Total Divas, I think we're going to knock straight on to Tough Enough, because we should be at that point then when Tough Enough is there, and then we're going to do Breaking Ground.
Okay.
All along our normal sort of journey, and then after Breaking Ground, I think it'll probably be time for the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
And then, so we've literally got stuff like bang, 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 bang.
I think after the Cruiserweight Classic, we're going to have to do the United Kingdom Championship as well.
May Young Classic first.
Is it May Young Classic first?
I think, yeah, because the WWE United Kingdom one is 2017, I think.
It's just before I started watching.
Yeah, I think it's Janvier 2017.
Okay.
Which is January 2017.
In La France. And speaking of La France...
There you go, great segue by me! Oh my god. Sylvester Lefort comes out in the most superb, shiny golden jacket with his money-making protégé, Scott Dosso.
It's time to make some money.
And I don't know if you noticed, but the Fire This Person sign is out again.
God, they're, being ruthless with this Fire This Person sign. Really not liking a lot of people on this.
But Adam, just forget about all that shit. Hype up, because it's time to get hyped, to stay hyped, to do not stop being anything but hyped, to be hyped.
Hype.
Hype. What is hype? Hype is Mojo Rawley, baby. The crowd is straight behind Mojo, who runs out like the Ultimate Warrior. Adam, do you remember when the Ultimate Warrior said he would live forever and then immediately died straight after?
You have not stopped telling me about that tweet this week.
I mean, it's so true.
It's true.
The Ultimate Warrior, it's gonna live forever! 24 hours later. Well, forever has come to an extended time period, and it is now officially gone. The Ultimate Warrior is dead. Crazy stuff.
There's a couple of things in this from commentary that just made me howl during this match. Before you go through the moveset. So just before Mojo enters, Alex Riley is talking about Sylvester Lefort. And a few weeks ago, he said this guy must have about 15 pounds of grease in his hair. Apparently, he goes along the lines of, I said something derogatory about his hair. Then Sylvester had the audacity to stop me in the hallway and correct me. It really upset me for a minute. And then when he walked away, I kind of liked it. And then Regal says, what was the point in that? And there's like 30 seconds of silence.
Oh no!
It's not the only time Regal absolutely batters him. He later on during the match, he uses a reference from baseball to describe Mojo, saying like apparently there are 5 different.
Five tool player.
Yeah, you
that's
need
what
like
he says.
5 different tools, and but he says for wrestling you need 5 different tiers. And he says, Mojo is a 5-tier talent in WWE. He has everything to be successful. And then Regal says, is that why you're announcing rather than wrestling?
It's not great, is it?
He's not wrong.
Poor Alex.
No.
Well, there's not much to call here, so yeah. I mean, basically, Mojo hits the Batty attack and then gently sits on his chest for a 3.
Is that what you're going to call it going forward?
Well, he absolutely, honestly, mate, I thought he was gonna actually put his head up his arse.
Yeah.
He properly...
The momentum
he wanted him.
Incredible.
He wanted him to eat his ass big time. He was literally like... The hip attack, fair enough, but that was the Batty attack, that was.
The flying arsehole.
Mate, they call it the rear view.
It's called the hyperdrive, apparently.
I know.
No,
the hyperdrive is when he sits on his chest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's the Batty attack and then the hyperdrive.
Okay.
Did you know, at the first, I think it's the first takeover, but Mojo has a match on the first takeover, or the second takeover, one of the two. And in the middle of the screen. Oh my god, it's so fucking annoying. If anyone actually gets the chance, go back and watch this. It's against. Actually, I'm not going to say it because it was spoiled for you. But basically, Mojo has a match at one of the early takeovers. It must be the first or second, maybe third. And his entire family is sat in the middle row, and it's right in the middle of the screen, and they are sat in a big fuck off row. There must be about 30 of them.
Yeah.
And they are there the whole show, and they do not give a fuck about anything else, and it's awful. They all sit there and they literally not even paying attention. They're all talking, like they're all on their phones and not paying attention.
Really?
Mate, honestly, it's awful. It completely ruins the show. And then Mojo comes out and they all go, "Yay, go Mojo! Woo, Mojo, Mojo!" And then Mojo has his fucking 2-minute match. It's rubbish. And then after that, it's nothing again the whole time. And they're out there the whole show. Honestly, it's awful.
They should have limited the tickets.
It was really annoying. So yeah, LaForte talks to Mojo, who gets attacked from behind by Scott Dawson. Sami Zayn and Leo Kruger are out for action next in our main event. The bell rings and they storm towards each other and brawl. It's like two old drunk men fighting for the last of the dropped chips at the end of a night out. This was at the beginning.
Yeah, or one of them was dropped a kebab. They're
desperately
trying to scramble to get the remnants of the whatever's not been touched the floor.
Absolutely. And of course, if they receive the beauty of a spine buster that Leo Kruger delivers, having a kebab and being pissed, you shit yourself, because it was great.
It was a cracking spine buster.
It was. They swap momentum back and forth as both men duck outside for breaks. Sami goes to the top rope running DDT, but Kruger knocks him off, decapitates him for once with the slice for a 3 count. Huge win. It's a short match, and it seems like a losing streak will clearly become the story here for Zayn. This was really weird. It's really short.
Yeah. It's not like any Sami Zayn match we've watched so far.
It's very ineffective. Very ineffective. But yeah, what did you think?
He's doing chops on the outside of the ring to Kruger's chest. I think I've not seen him do that before. It's a different sort of in-ring style. Almost like he's trying to change his character just a little bit just for these losses. Like he's almost lost himself. So he's going to a different level. He's going to something else. Even if it's just going to be like a short-term thing until he starts maybe picking up some wins again. But weird way of telling the story.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where they go from here with Sami, because clearly he's in for a big year in 2014.
He needs it.
Yeah, he's going to need it.
I think he does.
So yeah, it was, I don't know about you, but after the replays, Kruger goes for the slice again, but Sami ducks, drop kicks him out of the ring before hitting a top rope tope and laying into him with punches as the referees run out to split them up. It's a weird ending that fell flat as they allude to more matches between these two.
It's not a feud I really want to see, and I also think it takes away a bit from Kruger's win.
Yeah. It's weird. I'd have much preferred the opening match on the podcast to have been the main event and this to have opened up.
Yeah.
Had Paige and Natalya ended, I'd have probably been a lot happier. But this has left me feeling really flat.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same.
Like lemonade without the lid on for 3 days. Just nothing there.
Just no point. Ian Beald, mate. Nothing left.
I'm a fan of no fizz. I would happily have no fizz in all my drinks.
Would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what sort of person wants sparkling water.
No.
Disgusting, mate.
No, definitely. So, thoughts on those two shows? I really like the first one.
Yeah, I think it's, again, just a mixed bag.
It really is.
We've gone back to unpredictable NXT for these 2 episodes. There's a lot to really like, and there's a lot like you just ripping your hair out.
Well, I don't have that option, but...
No. I didn't want to say, but there we go.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It is a strange one. Who's your star of the tapings? I've got mine, if you want to make your mind up.
Go for yours first.
I'm going to give mine to Natalya. I think she was really effective in a match with Paige.
Yeah.
And I think she served really well as a bit of a ring general in that tag team match with the 4 ladies, the BFFs, Natalya and Bayley. And I feel like, just in general, she's done a good thing by coming down and giving a lot of these women the chance to work with someone far more experienced that they probably wouldn't get. unless she came down, because I don't think there's anyone else really on the roster who could do a good job as she could do with these people as it stands. There's no, now you could, if you wanted to send down an experienced woman, you could send down Natalya, you could send down, within reason, Tamina, and you could send down Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, loads of people like that. Whereas here, Natalya is literally the only person who is
of any decent quality to send down.
Of any standard, yeah. Even people that are like Divas champion at the minute, like AJ's not a particularly good wrestler, and neither is Caitlyn. Nikki Bella's not good at this point.
No,
she improves massively going forward, but she's not very good at this point. And I think it's tough. So yeah, absolutely, I think she does a really good job.
Yeah, I'm really glad for that one that you've picked her. I'm going to go with, and it's a bit of a sympathy one because we're not going to see him in a while on the podcast, but Kassius Ohno.
Sympathy it is.
We're going to go for the sympathy one. He didn't deserve to be kicked or,
be called a fatty.
No.
Called a
Put
fatty
Rusev over before he left, though, so there we are.
Like a true wrestler.
Like a true man.
Like a wrestler.
Legend he is. I'm going to have to go back at some point and count who's had the Star of the Weeks the most. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to do a count.
If you could count for us, that would be great.
It just requires me listening to the ending of 39 episodes.
As Danhausen would say.
Or 38, because I can remember this week's at least.
As Danhausen would say. Go back and listen or be cursed. So, find us on social media. We are on bloody everywhere. You can meet us on the Facebook, Short A, because you got a nice look. Yes, you do. Facebook.com/NXTBTTF. Adam, where are we? On Twitter.
We're on Twitter at NXTBTTF. I realise I said that twice, but fuck it, I've said it twice. Both of our Twitter handles are in the description for the page, so just tweet us about, any wrestling you like, dislike, anything you've watched that you thought, do you know what, you lads should watch this, or anything on the podcast you like or dislike or want clipping up.
Yeah. And at the minute,
pretty open to a lot of those sort of things anyway, aren't we?
And at the minute, one of us is actually, I'd say one of us, it's generally me, is trying to live tweet as many shows over the week as I possibly can, which generally is every show apart from Monday Night Raw. So I'm doing my best. So yeah, come and
you're taking advantage of your time off. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, come and chat to me about everything but Raw. And if you want to chat to me about Raw, why not? So I feel like we've got a little bit of TikTok going. At NXTBTTF. You can find us, NXT Back to the Future podcast on YouTube. And we've got a link tree, so any good places that you can find our podcast or us as two general people, that would be great. You can tweet us, leave us a review. If you could leave us a review, that would be amazing.
That would be
really,
class.
really appreciate it.
We probably need a few more reviews.
Yeah,
if possible.
That would be super. Tweet us, interact with us on social media. We'd love to hear from you. We've also got a very, very, very exciting announcement this week where we'll be interviewing Joel Redman, a.k.a. Oliver Gray, first ever NXT Tag Team Champion. He'll be doing a interview with us at some point in the coming next couple of weeks.
That'll be a really good interview. I've got quite a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's the first time I think either of us have interviewed anyone, so it should be really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll record it and you good people can send in some questions. So if you do want to pitch a question or two forward for Mr. Gray, feel free to send us a DM with your question and we'll definitely pass it on to the main man himself. My first question is going to be, how does it feel to have Adam's favourite NXT theme song as your theme song?
It pretty much is.
Nothing at all! It's a good tune, mate. You can join us next week, and this is a really long one, so check this out. So much exciting stuff's happening in the next 2 episodes, guys. You can join us next week. Triple H welcomes us to the 200th episode of NXT. Kid and Zayn team up to face Kruger and Cesaro. There's a meet and greet, and I spy the one and only Eva Marie. The American Pitbulls randomly have a tag team match in a huge debut, and that's so random. Enzo and Cass are back. Bo Dallas defends the NXT Championship again in a rematch against Neville. We skip an end-of-year recap and go straight to 2014 because fuck that shit. Kofi Kingston visits and faces Alexander Rusev. LaForte's on the scout for new clients. Mason Ryan returns to face Tyler Breeze.
Fuck yes.
Sami Zayn versus Leo Kruger goes 2 out of 3 falls, and P. Diddy reminds us not to bully anyone, alright? Don't you bully anyone. P. Diddy said so.
Be a star, mate.
Be a bloody star. In the words of South Park, vote or die, bitch. Vote or die. Bloody hell, that was loads, and there's even more surprises coming up. But for now, from me, Dave,
And me, Adam.
we will see you soon. All the best, God.
Hand on your chest there.
We, the people.
Bye. It seems like a lot of these segments that we do nowadays, we tend to talk about the weekly WWE releases, but Dave has something else I imagine that's a bit more fun to talk about, and if it's Total Divas, I'm going to lamp you across this table.
No, it's not Total Divas. However, interestingly, I think everyone knows that we're big fans of the Attitude Era podcast, and they're obviously going back in time. So we're going back in time, doing something slightly different. So what I thought we'd do is, obviously, we've looked at the year's wrestling in 2013, but what else happened in 2013, Adam?
Actually, I'm really excited for this.
Loads of different things happened. Stuff that I thought had happened like 10 years before or like 5 years later. Loads of stuff happened. So January is a bit depressing to start off with. The year started off with a helicopter crashing into a crane on a foggy morning in London, killing the pilot and a person on the ground. The Metropolitan Police said it was miraculous. More people were not killed, but safety experts later claimed the crash was preventable.
Why are we starting with that one?
It's just on the thing that I found.
Okay.
A woman captured a moment a dolphin was rescued from a fishing line in Hawaii, and she told the BBC that the dolphin communicated with the diver to request help.
How?
It spoke in a Geordie accent. Why, yeah, over here, man!
Desert Storm!
That's me, bike. That's Desert Storm, man. Moving into my birthday month, February. So, I turned 22 years old.
Oh, God.
There we go. Pope Benedict the 14th, obviously named after his love for the Benedict eggs, unexpectedly announced his resignation on grounds of poor health, making him the first pope to do so in nearly 600 years. Cardinal George Mario Bergoglio from Argentina was subsequently elected as Pope Francis. There you go.
Pope Francis. There we go.
So they have to have like a biblical name, don't they?
I thought, I'm going to sound like a right sad cunt, I thought it was Benedict the 16th for some reason. I don't know why.
The way you thought wrong.
Well, that's the number I had in my head.
Eggs Benedict the 16th.
There we are.
Remember this one? This was good, wasn't it? Scientists confirmed a skeleton buried under a car park in Leicester was that of English King Richard III. The lead archaeologist said it was beyond reasonable doubt the bones were those of the monarch, who was killed in battle in 1485. A battle of a different sort, over where his remains will be buried, continues at the High Court. I assume it's been resolved. Yeah.
I presume it has. Is this March yet? Are we into my birthday month?
No, not yet.
Oh, God.
And you remember this one as well. Do you remember this one? Nearly 1,000 people were injured by a meteorite which crashed in central Russia. One Russian politician reportedly blamed American weapons testing on the incident, although it's thought to have been caused by the partial burning of a large meteor in the lower atmosphere. Remember that?
I think so. I don't remember a massive amount, to be honest, like this.
You've got some cracking ones in your birthday month. Check these out.
Go on.
Millions of Venezuelans mourned the death of President Hugo Chavez, aged 58. A controversial leader of 14 years had been ill with cancer for more than a year, and many queued for hours to see his body lying in state. However, secondary only to this. Also in March, a man dressed as Batman marched into a Bradford police station to hand over somebody wanted by authorities. The man behind the outfit, delivery takeaway driver Stan Warby, later revealed he did so for a joke after watching his team's cup final in London. However, the next month, the 39-year-old himself was charged for burglary.
For God's sake.
And there's a video entitled, Who is the Bradford Batman?
Who is the Bradford Batman?
Which is outstanding, isn't it, to be
God.
honest? Here we go. Controversial, moving into April. The death of Margaret Thatcher. Britain's first female Prime Minister was announced. The 87-year-old died peacefully following a stroke. Didn't even know she was still masturbating. While staying at the Ritz Hotel in Central...
Carries on thrashing one out. Old Maggie Thatcher. Fucking hell.
We move.
Please
Crowds
do.
of supporters and some protesters lined the streets of London for the ceremonial funeral which followed at St Paul's Cathedral. And a day earlier, there were 2 explosions at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, which killed 3 people and left hundreds injured. One of those suspected of being behind the attack was shot dead, whilst the other survived being shot through the face, legs, and left hand.
Jesus Christ!
Do you remember that? Do you remember the
I
Boston
do
bomber?
remember. I do remember that.
They like put the thing. They put like a bomb in the bin, didn't they? The BBC's Great British Class Calculator, which suggested there are 7 identifiable social groupings in the UK, really got readers talking. New affluent workers, emergent service workers, and precariat, the poor, precarious, and proletariat, were amongst the new classes to emerge from a study of 161,458 people. You're obsessed with which class you are, maybe you could do this after.
I'm definitely not obsessed with class.
It also revealed 20th century middle class and working class stereotypes are out of date, with only 39% of participants fitting into the established middle class and traditional working class categories. May. Do you remember this one as well? This was a big one. A deadly machete attack in Woolwich, south-east London, grabbed the nation's attention.
Oh, was that with...
Yes.
Yeah.
It was later confirmed that drummer Lee Rigby of the 2nd Battalion of the Royal Regiment of the Fusiliers was the victim. Remember that?
That seems like it was 20 years ago.
Doesn't it? That's what I was saying. That seems like that, and the Boston bombing seems like it was at least 15 years ago.
I know.
However, I suppose to be fair, it's still a long way away. I mean, it's, this is like, what, May 2013? That's still a long way away.
It's still a long way, but it's just ridiculous how time...
It's over 8 years ago.
Have we got any good news stories on this? Because it all seems to be like helicopter crashes and the Bradford Batman.
Check this out. Sharers were smitten by the secret life of the cat, a study which tracked the movements of 10 cats over a number of weeks. The felines featured were found to have squabbled with fellow furry friends over territory, visited other homes, and roamed for up to 8 acres a day. It's a nice one, isn't it?
Sam would be interested in that.
There was also a fair degree of fascination with Finnish babies, who sleep in cardboard boxes. The boxes are a gift from the state and contain a mattress and heaps of other goodies to give new mothers a more equal start in life.
That's quite good they do that.
Nice, isn't it?
That is a nice little touch.
England, they get a fucking couple of beers, some Johnny, so they don't have another one.
Not quite the same sentiment there, is there?
No, not
it
really.
really isn't.
As we enter the second half of the year, readers jumped at the chance to find out, where can I afford to live? The house price calculator encouraged plenty of discussion and compared the cost of renting and buying across the UK. The results revealed a geographical divide, with prices in northern regions flatlining or falling, whereas in London and South East, prices are on the rise. August. An entrepreneur in Leeds turned the tables on cold callers by setting up his own premium rate number. Lee Beaumont installed a personal 0871 line, which means telephoning him costs 10p a minute, of which he receives 7 pence. Lee was reported as saying, "I want cold calls, bring them on," he said, after revealing he'd increased his revenue by keeping out those previously who had been bothering him to talk.
So he put the line in himself, so if
anyone couldn't call him, it's 10p a minute.
What, to cancel out their 10p a minute? Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, brilliant. So you just get cold calls all day and he'd just sit at home and pick them up and he'd make money. Quality.
One guy sat at work thinking, I've never kept anyone this long.
That's awesome. What a legend.
What a guy.
Oh, that's brilliant. Further afield, there was an intrigue at a Brazilian man who illuminated rooms using nothing more than plastic bottles filled with water and a bit of bleach. The lamp he created is now widely used across the world, and although he's not financially well off as a result, his invention has given him an enormous sense of pride. Did Moser believe that his creation would have such an impact? I'd have never imagined it, no, he says. It gives you goosebumps to think about it. September. Light grabbed readers' attention for different reasons in September after a skyscraper melted parts of a car. The city of London came under siege from rays of light reflecting from a building dubbed the Walkie-Talkie. "You can't believe something like this would happen," said Martin Lindsay, who saw parts of his Jaguar buckle. "They've got to do something about it."
I remember hearing about that as well.
See, I don't. That's one I don't remember. October. There was an alarm for wine drinkers after a report warned the world faced a wine shortage in a global demand outstripping supply. The deepest shortfall in over 40 years of records was caused by a combination of vines being deliberately pulled up to reduce production and poor weather, and could lead to higher prices in the short term, but critics later dismissed the story. And if you're really desperate for wine, you can just get some of the Bella Twins wine. Or here's one for you, November. Singer of Welsh rock band Ian Watkins pleaded guilty to a series of depraved child sex offences, including the attempted rape of a baby. The Welsh rock band's frontman accepted he was a determined and committed paedophile after evidence was found on computers, laptops and mobile phones. The 36-year-old was subsequently handed a 35-year prison sentence without any parole.
Again, that was 2013.
Yeah.
That seems a hell of a lot longer.
Thank God he's still got 27 years beyond bars a dirty cunt.
Exactly.
December. Tributes poured in across the globe for South Africa's first black president, Nelson Mandela, who died aged what?
You can't say it like that.
What? That's how he talks.
No, you can't do an impression, surely.
That's how he talks. The anti-apartheid icon, which sounds like a wrestling gimmick.
The anti-apartheid icon, Leo
Kruger! Imagine that, it'd be amazing. Had been receiving intensive medical care at his home for a lung infection after spending 3 months in hospital. His funeral took place 10 days later, following more than a week of national mourning. Fast and Furious star Paul Walker was killed in a car crash in California. The 40-year-old American was a passenger in a Porsche sports car driven by a friend who also died when it crashed in North Los Angeles, California. Icelandic police shot dead a man who was firing a shotgun in an armed operation, something which had never previously happened in the country. And finally, British diver Tom Daley used YouTube to announce he has a boyfriend. Of course, I still fancy girls, but right now I'm dating a guy and I couldn't be happier, the 19-year-old said. And we all went, oh, what a shock. He's definitely not bi, is he? He's proper gay.
Fair play, you can be who you want to be.
Exactly, just come out and say it. Come out and say it. Fair play to him. Nice guy. And I think he's just won another medal at the Olympics.
He has, actually.
Apparently, what is he now? He's like 26, isn't he? 27. And I watched a video of him like the other day, and he was showing like how to train. He was training with someone, I can't remember who. And he was like, "Yeah, now that I'm pretty old now for a diver. I'm like 27." I was like, "Whew." Well, there you go. Old for a diver.
Old for a diver.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Jeepers creepers.
What a hell of a year that was.
I know. See, I'll just check if there's anything else important that's going on. No, none of that matters.
Who won the league in 2013?
Don't know.
I feel like it was Chelsea.
I don't know. It wasn't Man United. It was the year. That was the year Fergie left, wasn't it?
I think so. Oh, it might have been their last one.
Maybe the last one forever.
Hopefully.
No, it doesn't seem to be anything else here. But yeah, what a year. You know, we've checked out all the wrestling. Thought it'd only be fair to check out everything else. So, do you remember this one as well? Al-Shabaab Islamic militants attack the Westgate shopping mall in Nairobi, Kenya. Remember that?
No.
I remember that. I remember seeing videos of it. It was nuts.
Bit mad.
It's crazy. And on Christmas Day, 38 people are killed in the Christmas Day bombings in Iraq, which is a disgrace.
It is all terrible. Shall we get on with the pod?
Yeah. July 22nd, Prince George of Cambridge was born.
Okay. It's another, a royal birth. What a segment.
There you go. Thought that'd be interesting for you.